Welcome to Grip Grind Glory, where grapplers train with purpose and grow through the grind. And now, your host, thought-provoker, and fellow grinder, Anna Janovics.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Grip Grind Glory, the podcast. This is episode 23. And today I want to talk about something that started with a tiny, ridiculous comment on one of our ads on Meta. A comment that somehow, for me, captures the entire tension between Judo and BJJ. And that tension between the two disciplines is what I would like to address today. Someone wrote under our experience video that, quote unquote, some people need teaching how to tie a belt. Disgraceful, they look like knots. And that one sentence, it says it all to me. This episode won't be about choosing sides. It's about understanding the war, naming its real cause and pointing to the future where both sides benefit if they stop posturing and start learning from each other. And more importantly, it's about why adults deserve something better, something we're building here at Grip Grind Glory. So I'll cut to the chase straight away because I believe that Judo and BJJ reach at each other for different reasons. I think that the war isn't about who has the better throw or the better submission. It's quite obvious. It's about culture. Judo sees BJJ as messy, commercial, lacking discipline, while BJJ sees Judo as rigid, outdated and stuck in tradition. Both sides inflate their strengths and downplay their weaknesses. Both sides pretend they don't care what the other is doing, but you can feel the defensiveness in everything they say and do. And adults who would just like to do, a martial art, a sport, they're stuck in the middle. They're not really looking for a tribal war, but they pick up bits and pieces and they copy each other, as kids would do. They're often finding that neither traditional pathway gives them what they need. The real story behind Judo's ground game is that we do have one, even if we have long forgotten it. Judo does have the ground game that BJJ is famous for. Pins, turnovers, arm locks, chokes, all of that was Judo long before BJJ existed. But we abandoned it because the rules have changed and everyone started to adopt this because Judo is so elitist. It's so focused on competitors and kids who the sport hope will be competitors, that's the only thing they're focusing on. What the new rule set is and how the everyday training should be changed to reflect that. And that was a huge mistake in my eyes. When the IJF changed the rules, shorter time on the ground, faster stand-ups, blah, blah, the culture followed. And coaches stopped spending time there on the ground. Athletes rushed transitions because the ref was waiting. The ground became just an afterthought, really. So Judo, per se, didn't lose Navaza. It just simply stopped rewarding it. And whatever a sport doesn't reward, it eventually stops practicing. And in the meanwhile, BJJ took this path Judo sidelined and turned it into a deep, evolving, beautiful system. And so Judo has this regret, I think, they're projecting on every single BJJ player they can do. Everyone now thinks that Judo doesn't have groundwork, but it does. The rules just suffocated it. And that's why what we're doing with GJG rule set matters so much. We're giving Judo back the breathing room to use the tools it already had. And adults absolutely love it. They finally get to explore, to feel the pressure, to build transitions, to slow down and learn the art as a full spectrum, as a full system, rather than ippen or go home. We're restoring something that should never have been lost in the first place. For the judoka, in the fight, it does matter. I know for sponsors and for TV viewers, it might not, but if we take our community and the people in it, they reward it big time. So then we have BJJ, the masters of the ground now. They built a universe of detail, patience, pressure, and strategy on the floor. Rolling in BJJ feels like you're entering a second world, but when you ask many BJJ practitioners to stand with intention, to grip, break balance, create structure, everything becomes shaky. The posture collapses, the confidence drops, and most of the time people go straight to guard because standing feels like danger. That's when you see boom shuffle in and, pulling guard straight away. So both arts are incomplete in modern practice. Judo abandoned the ground and BJJ has never learned the stand-up game. And the funniest part is that both sides quietly wish they had what the other is good at. Judoka often look at BJJ gyms and see adults, lots of them, engaged, motivated, loyal, happy, and they see a thriving community, a sense of belonging, a clear progression path, a culture that actually serves people between, adults, people between 20 and whatever. And they think, why didn't Judo build that? But the funnier part is that we did have that, we just lost it because of the above reasons. BJJ players watch Judo throws and feel a different kind of envy. The power, the structure, the balance, the way one grip exchange can dictate the entire fight. They think, oh, I wish I had that. But no one says it openly. You can just feel it. And this war isn't based on superiority, it's based on incompleteness rather. Each art is brilliant at one half of the game. And each art is insecure about the other half. These two halves obviously create a hole that Judo used to be. But what if they finally stopped fighting and started learning? Imagine this rivalry disappearing. Imagine a grappling culture where throws and groundwork are treated as one art, not enemies. Imagine athletes who can stand with the structure of a judoka and finish with the fluidity of a BJJ player. Imagine clubs where adults aren't treated as an afterthought but the core of the culture. Because the truth is, when judoka and BJJ athletes actually train together, the tension vanishes instantly. We have loads of BJJ players in our club. The problem is never on the mat. It's around the mat, in the stories, the egos, the tribalism. And this war is completely unnecessary. The friendship would be revolutionary. So this is where Grip, Grind, Glory comes in. This is why we are creating a third path. We are judo, but we are old judo that celebrates adults. We're the lane that fixes the gap both arts left behind. We take the stand-up structure of judo and the deep ground exploration of BJJ, or rather the deep ground exploration of old judo, and we're going to look to restore the parts judo abandoned and that made the sport so much more in and of itself. We will remove the ego and we will look to build a community judo doesn't have anymore. We create a progression system that adults can actually feel themselves growing through. It's not going to be about belts or medals or whatever. It's going to be about identity, effort, and just fun, belonging. So we're not going to join this war. At our end, we're going to end it by building something better than either side has right now. We're giving adults the pathway they should have had decades ago, because adults don't need dojo politics. They don't need turf wars. They just need a place where they can train, grow, and stay. So, yeah, I'm happy to receive comments about belts, time belts. I was actually quite happy. I wanted to comment. I didn't, but I wanted to reply to this guy and say that I think I'm funny, so I have to say this. It's my podcast at the end of the day. I wanted to say that he's welcome to come and teach how to tie a belt, and in return will teach him how to fight. But I didn't. I just hit the comment. It's a thing of the past, but it gave me a lot to think about. So I'm actually, funnily enough, I'm quite grateful. And I'm always, I have noticed it whenever, a negative comment comes in or someone doesn't get something or whatever, it's just, there is so much to learn from these, how people perceive things and what people don't understand. So how I'm failing at communicating some things. So it's always, every day is a school day for me. So these were my thoughts about the conflict between BJJ and Judo in a nutshell. I'm sure there will be further talks about it. I'm going to talk to other people as well on the podcast about this thing, because I don't think it's the way it should be. But for now, this is it. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. That's going to be the last episode for this year. It's going to be a summary, a roundup to see how far GGG has come. We are launching our experience, our very first experience at the end of January. Please sign up, at least, to the newsletter if you're not ready to sign up for the full experience yet. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to apply this new rule set. Just visit gripgrindglory.com/events and you can read more about it. I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you there. And I'll see you in 2 weeks. Until then, let's grip, grind, and glory. Bye!